And in this video, what I like to go over is following people and what will occur when you follow people. And I think I can explain this pretty well. I have usually a pretty good mindset on certain things. I could explain certain things pretty well. This is one of the categories that I feel suited to talk about. So the first thing is if I follow somebody smoking cigarettes, it doesn't matter if it was my mom, dad, brother, or sisters. It doesn't matter. If anyone in the family was smoking cigarettes and I was to follow them, what would most likely occur? I would pick up the cigarette to try it. They would say, do not touch the cigarette if they were a good parent. Now, if they're a bad parent, then they wouldn't care. And when you start smoking cigarettes, they'll start supplying you cigarettes, and then you'll just be doomed down the road when your health falls apart, and you won't even know when it will because you'll probably die faster than your parents will. Why? Because it just goes that way. You're under a curse. You've been cursed. You cursed yourself by following somebody, not leading by example. And the reason why you're not leading by example is because there's not many leaders out here that know how to lead by example. Most leaders today lead by darkness, the kingdom of darkness. And they portray the light. When you get close to them, they bite you like a snake in the back. That's called the backbiters. They're like snakes. They're like scorpions. And we have the power to trample over snakes and scorpions if we don't follow and we lead by example. Another thing that will occur is if you're hanging out with gay people. This could be at a teenager's age. What you're going to do is, first off, you're going to accept gays as acceptable behavior. So you're not going to even you're not even going to say anything about their behavior. So you'll just accept it as acceptable behavior when it's not good behavior. That's actual bad behavior. Listen to this because I'm first-hand experience, okay? Everything I'm telling you, I've experienced. I went through a phase of this, and I experienced this for myself. This is how I know. And what you could do is, what could occur out of it is you could most likely start hanging out with gays, and then you'll be gay. Okay? Why? Because it just works that way. It's just what you chose. It's a choice. And the choice will ultimately lead to a programming system. Everything you're doing in this realm is programming you. So you're automatically picking up a programming station. Okay? And you're downloading this program of energy. And you're manifesting this new energy. So if I decide to follow somebody smoking marijuana, I'm most likely going to smoke marijuana myself. And then I will say, I don't have a problem when you do have a drug problem. And then you'll be smoking it for as long as you will before you move on to the next drug. Okay? And once you move on to the next drug, then it's game over. Because you have stepped up to the next bigger, better thing, which is more powerful. Which could be like heroin, cocaine, crack cocaine, meth. They have Subutex, Suboxone, methadone, Opanish, Oxycontin, Percocet, Vicodin. And you could go down the list of different drugs you could try. And each one having a slightly different effect on you. But the ones that are the worst are the ones that you can inject, okay? Because if it can be injected, you're going to destroy yourself even faster of a character than you ever have. And you'll never recover properly. You'll never recover to 100%, ever. You could never. Why? Because the programming system that you allowed yourself to program, that you programmed yourself was, you programmed yourself to be a drug addict. Okay? This could have been like when you were a kid and you didn't know any better, but the programming system that came in on you, that came at you, was drugs. So then you programmed yourself to do drugs and you thought it was the way, and then you realize you ultimately just self-destructed. You destroyed your character. And then you're like sitting here wondering, how do you ever rebuild this character that has been destroyed? And you know, you don't only have to rebuild your confidence, your self-esteem. You have to fix the depression. You have to fix the anxiety, the worries, all the sin that you committed while you were an addict. And it catches up to you. And it really is, it's a burden to carry, man. It's a burden. It's really just vanity. And the thoughts that come along with it. Like the flashes of thoughts. When you're flashing thoughts through your mind. They call this a flashback. But it's really you just flashing through memories. And you'll pass up some good memories and you'll always pass up the bad. The bad ones will make you stop and cry. It's just like if I'm hanging out with gang members. If I hang out with gang members long enough, I'm going to want to continue to hang out with the gang members and then join a gang. And then you'll be caught in this gang life where you'll be faced with jails, institutions, and death. And that's the programming system you'll accept to. If you allow that programming system to take a hold of you, it will. It'll destroy you, ultimately destroy your character. Gangs is not the way. Join the military. That's better. It's not much better, but at least you're doing it legally. And then when you get into the military, don't do any illegal activity like selling guns and ammunition on the low. That's just going to ruin your character through corrupted programming, okay? And all this corrupted programming that you take in, ultimately will destroy your memory system. That's what you're going to destroy, which is connected. Your memory system is connected to your voice. This is how you search and access your memories. I've studied the mind. I know it. I know it better than a lot of people. I know it better than some psychologists. How to operate and use it. Or how to explain it. Some of the psychologists who got college degrees with masters, buddy. I can outsmart them with psychology. They're going to try to use all these fancy words and these drugs, but it's no drug out there can fix you. None. I've tried them all. The only thing that can fix you is discipline. That's it. Disciplining the mind. Which is disciplining the voice to listen to you. To stop being foolish and disobeying you. Don't let your voice run you. You're supposed to run your voice. And you're supposed to run it through correction. You don't want to end up in my shoes. Where you live 35 years old, man, and you got a lot of darkness that is walking behind you. That is literally just, as long as I'm walking, I continue to walk. Once I stop, it catches me. And then I'm stuck again. And then I don't know how long I'm stuck for because I've been stuck again. It's called the snare of the trap of the darkness. Because you do enough darkness, when it catches you, it will snare you into a trap where you can't move. You'll be literally physically frozen in time. Some people can't even get out of bed. Some people can't even get out of bed. Stay away from needles. Don't ever touch them. They'll say it's the best high. It's the worst. It's not about getting high in life. It's about getting naturally high, like using your adrenaline and natural dopamine spikes. Natural. Do something exciting. Do something fun. Learn to go out and have fun in the woods, in the hiking and stuff. But don't ever go by yourself. And always carry some type of weapon, but don't ever use it on anybody unless you have to. Be smart. Be wise. No need to allow yourself to be foolish to where you don't listen. And don't disobey people unless the person is completely evil. Just stay away from completely corrupted evil people, because what they do is what happens is good manners get corrupted by the immoral, the ones that don't have moral values. They don't have any type of structure. This is why I stay away from people as much as I can, but they come to me. Somehow, some way, they always gravitate towards me, and there's nothing I can do about it, dude. It's been like this my whole life. For some reason, just evil people have always gravitated towards me. This is really the law of attraction, buddy. When you are walking the path, all these evil people will be attracted to your light. And they will try to diminish it. They'll try to take from you, steal from you. Steal your joy, steal your happiness. And they're always looking to steal from you. Something. You may have bought something. They come in here and take it from you. You don't even know it for a couple days. Then you're like, where is this? It's gone. You know, I've had people take from me since I've lived in this house. I let the wrong people in. The wrong people will take from you. As soon as you're not looking, it's gone. Then you're searching for it and looking for it. And you're like, I know they took it. But what am I going to do? Fight them? Could really start a fight. Now. But that ain't my character no more. I don't even like the character I am when I'm using narcotics. It's a terrible character. Disturbing, disgusting, and it's the same character that lost everything. So I'm not rebuilding anything currently because I keep taking it away from myself. Don't follow the path of drugs. What you build in a lifetime will be taken away in one day when you do drugs. You can't maintain drugs in your life. You just can't. No one's ever been able to do it. They're all liars. They all are. Anyone on drugs and alcohol cannot maintain their life. They can't manage all of it. They can't take care of their kids and drink. You know what I'm saying? They either got to pick one. They either got to pick the drink or their kids. And unfortunately, my mom chose to drink over her kids. We didn't receive much love. We only received the drunk all the time. We were looking for direction, help. When we were both, me and my sister, my older sister, were a little bit slower than other people in this realm. Because my parents were coke addicts and they were doing drugs when the baby was inside of the mother's womb. And she was probably drinking. So we developed it differently. We developed slow. And then we were abused. And my sister's more messed up than I am. I felt bad for her, but there's nothing I can do to help her. She's lost into the world now. So am I. But I'm not in the world. I'm out of it. I'm just lost being outside of it. Because I have an addiction problem that came along with it. And I haven't been able to defeat it. I've gotten 5 months, 7 months, but nothing recently. No time that's good time recently. It's been a struggle, and that's all I have.